मैं बस यही पूछना चाहती हूँ कि डॉक्टर से या किसी कोई भी आंसर कर सकते हैं कि कोई ऐसा बच्चा जो इस तरीके के मतलब खाता नहीं है और बहुत प्रॉब्लम में मॉम को होता है, तो कितना टाइम लगता है उसको सुधारने में और कैसे?
हर एक बच्चा द टाइम इट टेक्स डिफरेंट टाइम्स. ओके, आई एम सॉरी माय हिंदी इज नॉट टू गुड. ओके, एक एक बच्चे के लिए एक एक टाइम लगता है. यू हैव टू बी स्मार्ट मॉम्स हैव स्मार्ट किड्स. ओके, each child is different. Even if you have twins, each child is different. So at that minute you have to take the call, but don't spoil them. That's the difference. Okay, we need to take techniques, and specifically, as in everything, you follow it first. You don't sit with a pack of chips and ask your child not to eat it. You have to have a balanced meal. You have to have vegetables, fruit and protein on your plate. Automatically the child will have. It was never been an issue in olden days because there was not so much time for each child. Now there's too much time. That is the problem.
हम जो खाएंगे वही बच्चा खाएगा.
Also depends on for how long has the problem been and how severe it is. So I think each child is different. If it's a mild issue which has been a recent onset thing, you can rectify it pretty quickly. Whereas if it's been going on for years, he's been eating chips for lunch and burger for dinner for 5 years, you're not going to solve it in 5 days. So it depends on how severe the issue is, for how long it has gone on.
Doc, if I can just say, so I am the youngest of 3 girls. मैं तीनों बहनों में से सबसे छोटी हूँ और हमारे घर में ये रिवाज था कि मेरी बड़ी बहन बहुत ही अच्छी कुक है. मेरी मिडिल सिस्टर काफ़ी ढंग से मतलब पका सकती है. मैं अंडा नहीं उबाल सकती हूँ, ठीक है, क्योंकि मेरे घर में जैसे मैं किचन के दरवाजे पे आ जाती थी तो मेरी मम्मी कहती थी कि व्हाट आर यू डूइंग हियर, गेट आउट ऑफ द किचन. तो आई नेवर हैड एन अपॉर्चुनिटी, आई वाज नेवर गिवन द अपॉर्चुनिटी. तो एंड आई नेवर फेल्ट द नीड. आई लेफ्ट home at 16, moved to Mumbai, and then survived on love and fresh air and everything else that was available at that time. So when I had Saira, obviously I had Saira at a time where I understood, I had been through the whole gamut of eating right and everything. So there was inculcated already a decent nutritious diet that was being followed. But our children are not only impacted by what happens at home, they're also impacted very much so as soon as they start school with what happens at school, what happens in friends' homes, सब सारी चीज़ें. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे प्ले डेट्स मैंने ऑर्गेनाइज किए हैं अपनी बेटी के लिए, जहाँ पे मदर्स मुझे व्हाट्सएप मैसेजेस भेजते हैं कि माई डॉटर इज़ allergic. ये तो पहली चीज़ है. हाफ द किड्स आर allergic to the whole gamut of everything. They can't eat soy, they can't eat beans, they can't eat nuts, they can't eat milk, they can't eat fruits, they can't eat ये सब चीज़ें. दूसरी चीज़ है कि शी विल ओनली ईट, तो व्हाट कैन आई मेक दाल सब्जी रोटी ये सब चलेगा? नहीं, शी विल ओनली ईट समथिंग वाइट मतलब तो ओनली पास्ता और ओनली राइस, यानी कि नो वेजिटेबल्स, नो दाल, नो ग्रेवी, नो नथिंग. ओके, अभी ये आपका बच्चा है तो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू स्कूल योर चाइल्ड व्हेन शी कम्स टू माई हाउस, सो आई विल फॉलो द गाइडलाइंस यू सेटिंग फॉर मी. लेकिन विद सायरा व्हाट आई फाउंड इज, एक तो I have to be honest and say yes, few things that she did trouble me with, not a lot, but what I found is I discovered cooking with my daughter because of my daughter. So if I wanted Saira to eat bhindi, I brought her into the kitchen, we washed the bhindi, we cut the bhindi, we cooked the bhindi together. And in the time that it took her to understand what goes into the preparation of a meal before it gets to the table, made her appreciate that food a lot more. And so she was willing at least to eat what she herself had cooked. वो कह नहीं सकती थी कि नहीं मैं नहीं खाऊंगी, अभी तुमने बनाया है बेटा तो खा लो, तुम्हारा हाथ का खाना है. So that really helped, and for me as a mom, I learnt with her. So I actually learnt a love of cooking along with my child. So it's amazing what all your kids can teach you. I hope at some point of time we're going to advance from bhindi and lauki and get somewhere a little bit higher on the food chain.
I think that's a brilliant example of how to inculcate the habits. अगर आपके सवाल के बारे में ही कहूँगा कि जो बच्चों के खाने के बारे में, बहुत बार हमें लगता है कि बच्चा, मैंने सुना था कि अगर इंडियन मदर्स को राइट होता, गवर्नमेंट अलाउ करती, तो अपने बच्चों को ट्यूब से फीड करती. हॉस्पिटल में डालते हैं ना वैसे, मतलब बच्चों को ठूसना है बस. I think this is a very important thing, not for overnutrition, also for undernutrition. बच्चों को उस चीज़ से घिन आती है किसी को भी आएगी अगर उस चीज़ के बारे में आप ज़बरदस्ती करो। आप किसी को फोर्स करो कोई चीज़ करने के लिए तो एक गिन आती है। बहुत से बच्चे नहीं खाते हैं क्योंकि माएँ उन्हें चॉइस ही नहीं देती, उनके पीछे पड़ी रहती है। एट द सेम टाइम ये एक होता है कि पूरी प्लेट फिनिश करो, और वो चार्टर में हम लोगों ने लिखा है कि ये बहुत गलती है कि अच्छा वाह 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 बहुत अच्छा, पूरी प्लेट फिनिश कर दिया आपने, मतलब भूख नहीं है, ज़रूरत नहीं है, फिर भी आप टूसे जा रहे हो। एंड देन द चाइल्ड डजंट अंडरस्टैंड कि भूख क्या है, क्योंकि भूख लगने के पहले ही आप पीछे पीछे भाग रहे खिला रहे हैं, और पेट भरा क्या है ये भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, क्योंकि पेट भरने के बाद भी आप टूसे जा रहे हो। तो भूख क्या है, ये सेंसेशन या इमोशन जो भी कहिए, ये जानने की और सीखने की बच्चे को आवश्यकता है। आप उसके पीछे भागोगे दिन भर, और अगर वो मोबाइल देख रहा है और आप ठूस रहे हो, ना भूख समझ में आ रही है, ना सटाइटी या पेट भरा हुआ समझ में आ रहा है। हमारे सीनियर टीचर है डॉक्टर आमडेकर, वो हमेशा एक एग्जाम्पल बताते हैं कि बच्चा कितना खाए वो उस पर छोड़ दो, बच्चा तुम्हें नहीं खाना है मत खाओ, मगर बच्चा क्या खाए ये आप पे रखो। यू शुड डिसाइड वॉट योर चाइल्ड ईट्स, योर चाइल्ड कैन डिसाइड हाउ मच टू ईट। नहीं पसंद है मत खाओ, 2 घंटे के बाद आके बोलेगा नहीं मम्मी वो दे दीजिए मुझे, फिर तभी नहीं बोला नो नो अभी क्यों, तभी मैं दे रही थी तभी नहीं आया, नहीं अच्छा अभी चाहिए ले लो, तो खाना वही मिलेगा आपको जब खाना है, जितना खाना है आप पे है। तो बच्चा ये समझता है कि मुझे जरूरत से ज्यादा नहीं खाना चाहिए।
ये चार्टर जो है मेरी माँ ने बहुत साल पहले लिखा था। When lunch was made, we had only 2 choices: take it or leave it. She would make good food, but अगर वो नहीं खाया तो उसकी जगह और कुछ नहीं मिलेगा आपको। आप अगर दाल राइस नहीं खाने को तैयार हो, आपको पास्ता मिलने वाला नहीं है। और मैं तो उतना भी बताऊंगा, समीर बोल रहे कि बाद में खा सकता है, मेरी माँ तो बोलती थी अगर 1 बजे खाना खाने का वक्त है और आप अगर 1 बजे खाना नहीं खाएंगे, उसके बाद 5 बजे तक बैंक बंद है, आपकी ट्रेन छूट गई। उसके बाद चाहे आप कितना भी तड़पो, ना तो आपको चिप्स मिलेंगे ना तो आपको बिस्किट मिलेगा। तो मुझे क्या हो गया, मैं सोचता यार 1 बजे अगर खाना नहीं खाया तो 5 बजे तक भूखा मरूंगा, तो मैं चुपचाप 1 बजे जो आता था वो खाता था। तो दैट इज वन वे ऑफ क्वाइटली डूइंग इट। नहीं, कोई भी आदत वो ऑलमोस्ट कुत्ते की पूंछ की तरह है, बहुत वक्त लगने वाला है। ऑल्सो ये आदत कितने दिनों में आई है उस पे है। एंड इफ यू आर ट्राइंग टू इंट्रोड्यूस अ न्यू फूड विच इज नॉट वेरी इजी टू ईट, अभी मम्मी भिंडी बना रही है तो डैडी भिंडी खाएंगे, मम्मी भिंडी खाएगी, बोलेगी ये भिंडी तो बहुत बढ़िया बनी है लेकिन ये बच्चों के लिए नहीं है। दूसरे दिन तीसरे दिन थोड़ी सी भिंडी आपको थोड़ा सा देंगे हम। दिस अप्लाइज टू फूड्स दैट आर डिफिकल्ट टू इंट्रोड्यूस। फॉर एग्जाम्पल खिचड़ी, बच्चे खाते ही नहीं है, तो पहले दिन माँ खिचड़ी खाएगी, 2 दिन बाद वापस खिचड़ी खाएगी, ये बोली कि ये तो बड़ी मस्त बनी है, फिर थोड़ा सा देंगे उसको। और जब बार बार वो खिचड़ी खाएगा 10 दिन 15 दिन 20 दिन, तब वो सीख जाएगा खिचड़ी खाने को। इट इज लाइक व्हेन आई वाज अ चाइल्ड, द ओनली फूड अवेलेबल वाज द मुंबई स्ट्रीट फास्ट फूड, and then Chinese came in, then Mexican food came in, then Italian food came in, then Thai food came in, and then Japanese food came in. And I'm sure पहली बार sushi खाया तभी कुछ मजा नहीं आया, but now you enjoy it. So it's a question of exposing the child repeatedly to otherwise apparently unacceptable but healthy foods. अगर 2 या 3 बार खिचड़ी खिला के वो थूक देता है आप पे और आप छोड़ देते हैं, he will never learn to eat khichdi.
It's helping them acquire that taste.
That's right.
Yeah, please.
We have 2 kids, and I really tried the baking stuff, and it really works. I'm going to go back and make bindi today with my kid, with the hope that she'll, pick up. So my question to you is, as a mother, I'm always paranoid. I don't know where to stop. Like, what is really right nutrition, and where should I stop? Because after bindi is going to be jowar ka roti and oats and stuff. So what is it that you follow, and where do you think that my child, Lara, is being fed well and she's getting the right nutrition? And my second question to you, doctor.
Mike, a little closer.
My second question to you, doctor, is how can Pediasure help with low immunity? Because my children fall sick so often, despite me thinking that they're eating healthy. So these are the 2 questions I'd like to.
So I think Dr. Sameer said something a little while ago, and that's so true, that none of our children are going to die of hunger. This is for sure. And today I find that you have fewer and fewer kids who come to you asking for food, saying, Mama, I'm hungry, can I have something to eat? Invariably, it's the mother asking, Beta kuch khaoge? I'm not hungry, Mama. Nahi, but you eat this because it's time now. So we're so dictated to, forget about our kids, even for us, we're so dictated to what has been, sort of inundated into us. Breakfast time, eat your breakfast. Lunch time, eat your lunch. Dinner time, eat your dinner. Regardless of whether you feel full, the body has digested your food or not. And I think, honestly, I have learned maybe from looking at what my parents inculcated, which again goes back to one of the points on the charter about, the right impact, how you impact the life of your child, how your choices, your behavior impacts the choices that your child makes. So for them, my mom and dad were very clear, exactly that. If you're not going to eat at the time that this is given to you, you can eat 2 hours later, but the same food will be given to you. You're not going to get anything else. So I think for us to find today, the problem is that it's become very easy. Accessibility to foods has become very easy, even for us as parents. Therefore, we're not so worried. Acha beta ye nahi khayega, chalo I'll try 3 other things and see, that they will eat something or as long as there's food going into them, as long as the child is not hungry, So this for us has become like a kind of a brainwashing ki bachcha ko bhuka mat raho, the stomach is full, it means it's a healthy child. Today, to be very honest, my serving of food to Saira, what goes on her plate is really, again, built from a point of view, not just nutrition, but also building up immunity. Living in a city like Mumbai, you find the kids, falling sick more often, being exposed to a lot more, viral infections, things like that. So again, finding foods that build immunity, and I find sometimes that it's impossible to get that all through just the food on the plate of the child, though it's very possible. But again, we're living in a world where the food itself is, today not the same quality, does not have the same, that same plate does not have the same nutritional value as it did when our parents were eating it. Today with whatever chemicals are being put into the food to grow, to your vegetables, all of that nutritional value, I don't even believe is half the amount of what our parents got eating that exact same thali. So sometimes you do need to supplement it, whether it is with a vitamin, whether it is with, natural therapy, whatever you choose that works for you and your child. But I find that when mothers stress themselves out because we've been given ideal to live up to कि Mrs. Patel की बेटी क्लास में फर्स्ट आती है, वो घर पे ये खाती है, ये whatever. So we feel that we've got to live up and match up to the Joneses and make sure that our children, but when that's exactly what we're saying. Grow Right initiative, each child is different, and stop stressing. I mean, I've heard this so many times. Bachcha paida hua hai, first visit to the pediatrician, come back so proud. Oh, doctor says she's in the top, percentile of height and weight and, whatever. What? Why would you do that to yourselves? But the fact of the matter is that we all do it like robots, like machines. So it takes working against the grain. It takes tuning into your child. It takes tuning into yourself as a parent. Find what works for you. I mean, I had no choice. My husband was a professional player. I had to take my daughter and get her on tour when she was 2 months old. If I had to follow things by all the different books that are written, I would have driven myself absolutely stark raving mad. I had to find what worked for my child and what worked for me and what was simplest to follow. And simplest to follow, but that doesn't mean that it was easy then to throw her a burger and a pizza for every meal, but just to keep that flexibility and to give your child, honestly, give your child responsibility. You will be amazed at the results that it produces.
I think not every child can be an Amitabh Bachchan or a Mahesh Bhupathi or a Lara Dutta. So first of all, keep realistic expectations. Even if our current food, which is prepared at home, is not as nutritious, I think you go back to grandma's recipes. You will get an input of food that is reasonably nutritious and not as bad as the food we buy off the shelves today. So if you go to idli or khakra or poha, for example, I tell my parents, if the child is not eating and if he has to go and open up a dabba in the kitchen, he should find khakra or nuts over there. If he opens the refrigerator, he must find only fruits. Today, even if I am given a choice, if I open a dabba and I find nuts and chips, I will instantly pick up chips. So it's not visible, it's not available. Now, when it comes to this recurrent falling sick, firstly, small children's immunity is still developing. So they are bound to fall sick more frequently than what you and I would fall. And if a lot of them is just a cough, cold, we know that small children can fall as sick as frequently as once a month. Up to 8 to 10 episodes in a year is a normal pattern in children. And it's more so now with daycares, with creches, where children come in contact with children. My mother did not send me to school till 5 years because there was no school available for smaller children. Today I find pregnant women going to schools. I find babies who are 3 months old who are attending school. And I don't know what they're doing over there. So they are exposed much earlier. So this, if you interpret the frequent infections in a small baby as a sign of poor nutrition, you may be a little wrong in that area. So once you know from your pediatrician that this frequency of illness is normal, then you will not get so worried. The pediatrician in your visit will also examine the child and see if there is any deficiency in terms of iron, vitamin D, any other vitamins. Also, he will, when he evaluates the child, ask him to look at the growth chart. I have so many mothers who come to me saying my child does not eat. हवा पानी पे बड़ा हो रहा है वो. यार जब भी मैं growth chart पे उसको डालता हूँ तो सही चल रहा है. So when I actually plotted on the growth chart and showed to the mom your child is doing fine, then she's at peace with herself. She realizes without knowing and with all that concern at the back of her mind that enough food is not going in, the actual situation is actually the reverse. So it's a lot of these concerns are only in the mind of the mother. So once you can evaluate the child and see he's doing fine, then you will be reassured and then you'll get the confidence to put into practice what we are telling you in these instructions, because some of them are rather strict.
Yeah, there are two things in a child's food, anybody's food. It is macronutrients and micronutrients. Macro usually is met except for protein. And when we're talking about micronutrients, they come from the dals, they come from the vegetable and fruit. So make sure your 5 food groups are there, which is grains, which we never forget, the proteins, the vegetable, the fruit and the dairy. So once everything is there, don't worry about it. The child will grow.
Well, apologize to intervene. There are a lot of time for one-on-one questions as well. So because we are short on time, so that's all the time we have right now. But I hope.
Can I just make one small point? Please. I think a big reason is guilt. माताओं को ये guilt रहता है कि we are not a good mom. और everybody is there to tell you, अरे आपका बच्चा इतना दुबला कैसे है? आपका बच्चा इतना ही खा रहा है. वो भला आपका बच्चा इस मेरे बच्चे से कमजोर कैसा? वो वाला एक हिसाब आता है. I think moms have so much to do today. They have to take care of so many things. They are professional, they are working. I think we must understand this guilt perhaps makes us do so many things which we would not reasonably do. I think as long as your child is doing well, understanding things, playing with others, getting along, averagely good marks in schools, I don't think you should hold yourself guilty. The child is not examination for you and his growth is not your report card. I think keep that in mind.
Absolutely. So don't be that aggressive. Don't be hyper about yourself and your child. And as you know, Lara said that don't try and compare yourself with Mrs. Patel's daughter or something. Yeah. But with that note, I hope a lot of information has been dispensed and has helped you and put your worries to rest. Thank you to all our panelists. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dharani. Thank you, Lara. Thank you, Mukesh. Thank you, Sameer, for your contribution. Thank you so much. Let's have a huge round of applause for so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, they will be available for one-on-one interviews for sure post this, and which will be followed by lunch. And once again, would like to reinstate that Grow Right initiative is for all of you, so that you know the right markers, the growth of your child. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and thank you to each one of you right here on the dais. Thank you. Thank you.